everybody, welcome to another Craft Break Live. My name is Emma Panuski. I'm a content creator here at Plaid, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways to make a really beautiful project out of this layered wood shape. So if you go to plaidonline.com under the Surfaces tabs, or under the Surfaces tab, one tab, we have a lot of different great surfaces for you to choose from. We have lots of wood surfaces, MDF surfaces, plexiglass surfaces, a lot of great stuff that maybe you didn't know about. We have these really cute little 7-inch layered wood shapes. Today we're going to be working with our rainbow wood shape because it's almost St. Patrick's Day. So happy early St. Patrick's Day to everyone. I hope you eat a lot of corned beef and Irish soda bread this year. I know that I will be. So I'm going to show you guys a really cute way to turn this little wood shape into a really cute St. Patrick's Day project. But there's tons of different things that you can do with this wood shape. Can you see behind me? Oh, also Stephen is in the studio with us. So if you have any questions or comments throughout our live stream, Stephen White is monitoring the chat so he can answer some of those questions himself and relay some over to me.
Definitely. Emma, what did you say earlier? Soda bread?
Irish soda bread?
I've never heard of this.
Well, it's an Irish delicacy, Stephen. My dad is actually a chef, and my mom is Irish. So around St. Patrick's Day, we get the good stuff.
Okay, bring some to the office soon.
I will.
But yes, we can see everything behind you. We can see those surfaces to your left and to your right.
Okay, cool. So you guys can see on either side of me. I just thought I'd pull a couple different projects to show you that we have made here in the studio using our rainbow wood surface. It is really great with Mod Podge, with of course paint, apple burl, and FolkArt. Lots of great things that you can use the surface for. And I also thought that I would kind of retouch on a really cool program that we started doing. We have these quarterly color palettes. So we have a variety of FolkArt acrylic paint with some specialty paints thrown in. We curated this palette to really be specific to the beginning of this year. You know, we're still in the beginning of the year. So it's called Fresh Start, and it's perfect because it has all of those bright, springy colors and also some icy blues and everything that you would want from a color palette that's for the beginning of the year. And you can also find this on Plaid Online. Do we drop the link, Stephen, in the comments?
Yeah, I can add the link to it.
So thank you, Stephen. So once Stephen goes ahead and does that, then you will have full access to browse through that color palette, look at all of the FolkArt colors that we have, and you can actually go ahead and purchase, you know, all of them, or you can create a little tiny bundle for yourself. But we have a really beautiful color palette, and when you mix and match those colors, they'll always go together. So we've kind of done all the hard work for you, and I am going to be using that color palette for our project today. And you can see I used the color palette for our little St. Patrick's Day project where I used the rainbow wood surface. So let's go ahead and get started. I guess I should touch on the colors that I used from the palette. So here we have citrus green, this really pretty, of course, citrusy green color. We have magenta, tangerine, minted aqua, and then I always like to choose a specialty, and our clear hologram glitterific. So all of those 5 colors combined make a really fun and bright and modern and trendy St. Patrick's Day color palette. So that's what we're going to be working with today. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of different techniques to add some life to your wood layered shape. So it's really great to add paint to, it's really great to add Mod Podge to, but sometimes I'll show you, you know, if you are a Mod Podger and you have Mod Podged before, you're probably familiar with the process of using a pencil to trace out the shape that you want and then cutting out that shape and then adhering it and sealing it with your Mod Podge. But when you're working with a layered shape like this, sometimes it's a little bit tricky to get into all those grooves to get the shape of whatever you want to Mod Podge when, you know, it's kind of hard if you turn it that way. You're still getting blocked by our rainbow stripes. So I'm going to show you guys a technique to make this really, really easy for you so that you'll get the perfect shape every time. So all you're going to want to have is a piece of regular printer paper and a pencil. I'm going to lay my printer paper on top of my clouds, and I'm going to hold it down in the middle, find a point in the middle of your surface that you're wanting to trace, and you just want to make sure that your paper stays in place in the exact same spot on your surface. And I'm going to gently brush my pencil onto my surface. And I'll bring it closer once we're a little further along. But when you start to do this, and you're just really gently brushing your pencil over our surface, you'll see that it kind of makes a little indentation, and the pencil marks get a lot more exaggerated so that you get a really clear picture of what the shape is supposed to be. Once I found out this hack, I feel like my life changed forever. I was always struggling to, cut out pieces of paper to Mod Podge onto surfaces like this. I would always, before I would trace it and then kind of have to go back and make up, these points because they're being blocked by another area. So that was a game changer. So you can see it's a little bit messy and wonky, but you can totally see what our shape is. So it's really easy to cut out now. So now we have the perfect shape of our cloud. How cool is that? So let's go ahead and take off this little sticker real quick. Okay, so I'll just do one cloud for you guys today because
we'll get the idea.
Yeah, I hope you'll get the idea from just one cloud. I don't want to bore anybody.
I really liked that technique you just did.
Yeah, I think that's a
nice.
really cool technique, and you always get the perfect shape every time. So the reason that we did it on just a scrap piece of paper is because, of course, we don't want all these pencil markings on a piece of cardstock or a piece of scrap of paper like this. So once you have your little kind of cheat code, your why can't I think of the word? It'll come to me.
Your little hack.
Yeah. Template? Is that what I'm trying to think of?
Yeah. Stencil.
Stencil, yeah.
Template.
All right, so once you have your little template, you're going to lay it face side up onto your scrapbook paper. And you just want to make sure that it's the same way that you took the copy from your surface. So if it's facing up right now, you're going to want to make sure that it's facing up on your scrapbook paper, or vice versa. If you want to do it from the back of your paper, then you want to flip it over so that it remains the same, so that the pretty side is up when you eventually adhere it to your surface.
I feel like small scissors are going to be a game changer for this particular step.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like if I tried this with big scissors, it would be less successful.
Might be right about that.
Emma, where can somebody find some good scrap paper with patterns like this?
Yeah, that is a great question. So all of your local craft retailers have really great scrapbook paper and cardstock like this, but it's a great point to mention, we actually have a really great Mod Podge downloadable library that you can find on plaidonline.com. Really, if you just Google Mod Podge downloadable library, it'll bring you right to our Plaid Online page. We have dozens of different templates. Was template the word that I was trying to think of before? I think I said we have tons of templates and patterns and really cute little icons and stuff. We release new ones each season, so go check that out. We have tons of free downloads for you to browse from, so you can actually probably find some really cute stuff over there too for this kind of craft. Okay, so once you go ahead and cut out your cloud, nice.
Very good.
So cute. All right, so let's take some of the paint from our color palette that we talked about earlier in the stream. So we're going to be working with citrus green, magenta, and minted aqua. And I'm going to take just a little flat brush and start painting the stripes of our rainbow. Just going to be careful around the edges. Don't want to get any paint where I don't want it to be. But the great thing about these little wood shapes, they're great for crafting with kids. Maybe if you're throwing a birthday party, or if you're on spring break or any type of school break. This is a really great little boredom buster. We have these again available on plaidonline.com. They're fairly inexpensive, so if you buy, we have a ton of different shapes. We have like a paw print, a really sweet little anchor, a heart, a butterfly. Really, really cute choices to choose from. So definitely go check that out on plaidonline.com under the Surfaces tab. So this is our citrus green.
And what were the other colors that we laid out?
So I think specifically for this project, we talked about magenta, minted aqua, citrus green, and tangerine.
Thank you.
And we have our specialty paint, our Glitterific Clear Hologram.
Yeah, these are all, like we talked about earlier, a part of that Fresh Start palette that we've included, and that link is in the comments.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah. And once you go to that landing page, you will be able to see all of those colors. You can add whichever ones you want to your cart and go ahead and pick some up today. Right now we're working with our FolkArt Magenta. Rinse my brush. And lastly, some minted aqua.
Emma, what did you use any sort of special techniques for writing out the lettering on the sign that you have in front of you?
That's a great question, Stephen. So I will be honest, I'm not the best at hand lettering or calligraphy or anything like that. So what I did is I took some transfer paper. I printed a font that I like. I have a couple of different fonts saved onto my computer for when I'm crafting. I sized them up and then I printed them out, and then I just put my transfer paper down onto my wood palette, and then I put my paper on it. I traced it, and then I went in with my FolkArt acrylic paint and I painted it in. Super easy.
Nice. It's helpful.
Yeah. It's easy. It's a really great little sidekick, that transfer paper, when you're not the best hand letterer. Okay, so as you can see, it was super easy to paint. So now once you're done painting with your FolkArt acrylic paint, now we're going to go in with some Mod Podge. So this is really cute. Of course, I showed you how to cut out some paper, but you could also use a napkin. You can use glitter, would be really cute. We have our really great FolkArt Glitterific that we applied to our rainbow in our project here. But Stephen, I think while we're at it, let's just go and do the other cloud.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you really get the full vision here.
Yeah, because that technique was definitely worth showing again one more time in case anybody's joining late and they missed it the first time.
Okay, cool. So guys, if you're joining late, I'm showing you how to get the exact pattern of a surface where maybe one of the parts is a little bit raised and you can't exactly trace it because some other pieces of the surface are in the way. This tip is especially great if you're working with any of our layered surfaces. So what I'm doing is I'm finding a fixed point, I'm placing my finger down, make sure that it stays in place, the paper to the surface, and then really gently I am brushing, kind of, a brushing technique, my just regular graphite pencil onto some, traditional printer paper on top of my surface. Super quick, and you'll see that you get the exact shape. So we'll cut this out. Yeah, but like I said, we use that piece of scrapbook paper that I got from a local craft store. But even Etsy has some really great downloadable patterns that you could find. We have a really, really awesome Mod Podge downloadable library where you can find some cool prints and other designs and icons and stuff like that. Okay, so once you have your little template that you traced, we're going to take that and we're going to trace it onto our patterned paper. Now we're going to cut this out.
Again, those little scissors. Really doing it.
Stephen, I think I know what you're getting for your birthday this year.
Can't wait.
Okay, so we have our two clouds. So cute. And now all that's left to do is adhere them with Mod Podge. So right here I just have some Mod Podge gloss, but you can take Mod Podge matte, Mod Podge satin, whatever your preferred finish is. I'm going to take a small flat brush, going to apply my Mod Podge directly onto the wood surface. Make sure you get it on everywhere on your surface. We don't want any missing parts. Gonna place that down, smooth it out with my fingers. Get the other side real quick. Same thing, lay it down, smooth it out. And you have a super cute little decorated project for St. Patrick's Day. So at the end of this, we have tons of great surfaces for you to look for on plaidonline.com. You could take like some tacky glue or some wood glue and apply this to one of our great wood palettes. We have great wood canvases. We have some really great plexiglass surfaces. So make sure to check those all out.
Shadow boxes.
Shadow boxes, that's a great idea, Stephen. Make a little safekeeping box. So really all of the different things that you can do with our layered wood shapes, it's really endless. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Make sure to go to plaidonline.com for more project ideas and inspiration. And